Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave, and this week we have made a ton of progress. Now, I'm not going to go through it as I have in other videos at the beginning, just because you're going to see the progression of this entire journey. We have upped our stats considerably, and we have finally been able to run ED3 trash mob runs, which is absolutely phenomenal, which really means that our stats won't stay this low forever. Soloing them, soloing ED3, I can get about 250 to 300k combat experience an hour, plus all the money making it makes, which is absolutely huge. We've upped our summoning, we've upped our prayer, we've upped, our divination, we've upped a whole bunch of stats to make the game easier. We've done questing. Anyway, so without further ado, we will jump right into the comment. But before we do that, just a reminder, please subscribe to the video, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please remember that we are doing a giveaway for a bond. You can enter once per video, and just simply comment below what you would do with the bond if you win it. And from there, yeah, I'll announce the winner at the end of the month, and we'll get somebody the membership that they deserve, right? So anyway, on to the clips. Okay, everybody, welcome to a new week. So as I explained in the last video, we've been doing quite a bit of ED3 runs with our clan. Oh boy, I don't know how. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I got a little cocky. This is what happens when I try to record and this is what happens when I try to record and do runs at the same time. So yeah. Okay, so just a quick update. Just doing runs with Danny Boy here, member of the clan. Super great guy. We've been doing runs for a good portion of the day. And essentially what we've been doing is I've been focusing on magic primarily because I'm getting some defense levels. Now, as you all know, the goal has been really to level up to be able to do solo ED3 runs, is what I wanted to be able to do. Well, I can do those. Crafting urns is the easiest. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Give crafting XP. That is silly question to ask. I'm sure it does, but it's worth a question anyway. So the goal has been to get and do ED3 runs solo. We've basically attained that. I wouldn't be able to do an entire run up until the boss area over here by myself. However, I would be able to at least get past probably the first 2 or 3 batches of monsters, which can still earn a respectable probably 250k an hour experience, which isn't crazy compared to what you can get running ED3. However, when you're doing it solo with not the best stuff, it's not too shabby at all. Now, when we run this with someone else with us, another member of the clan, we were getting upwards of like 500-600k experience per magic defense while we're doing it, averaging anywhere from like 1.5 million to 2 million total combat XP, or total XP, I guess, an hour, which has been quite intense and quite just a ridiculous amount. Plus, we've been able to get our armor all up to subjugation armor, full set, which I think costs like 12, 13, 14 mil GP, and we were able to do that all today, which is super fascinating. So eventually what we're going to end up doing, so for stats, the goal is to get 70 and things. So to give you an idea, we've got all the main combat stats 70 except for range at this point in time. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to range. I'm probably going to end up training it in here. At least once you get up to 40-50 range, it'll take a bit, but you can still get some good experience doing this. As well as gold. Anyway, so that's the idea there. I do have to get... I am going to have to get my prayer levels up. So what I have found out in doing ED3 is that prayer is very, very, very important. When I do solo runs, the difference between me having prayer, rather using prayer, and using no prayer was literally the difference between me using all of my food up on the first 4 mobs or not. Now, I'm sure that'd be a little different now just because of the amount of defense that I have. But you know, it's still a tremendous amount of food and things required. Sorry, I guess I can't multitask with too well. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So that's kind of where we're at now with the Christmas and all of the celebration lamps that we ended up getting. Like, you're talking some serious levels. We basically got a minimum of 15 and everything, which is really nice. And anything that we've trained because of quests, which I explained in the last value. This has probably been in the last hour of time. 4 million GP just from this is honestly incredible. So that is pretty neat as well. We got ourselves a Bone Crusher, so just the stats and the dungeon tokens from here. So now, while I'm not getting much experience for prayer, basically any bones that drop end up getting automatically crushed. Give me prayer experience, and it works out to be awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Oh, and I'm probably going to talk about this at the beginning of the episode, but please remember that we're doing a giveaway for a bond. You can get yourself, if you really want to, a cool little rune metric window similar to the one that I have here, if you so desire. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to buy it again. It's nice to have and neat to see all the numbers, but it's relatively useless. So as you can see, talking some serious gold drops since I began this session. I wish I could see how long I've been on in this session. If anyone knows how to do that, let me know, please. But yeah, you're talking some good experience, pretty much overall combat. You're sitting at... where's my little buddy? There he is. My combat sitting at about 1 million GP, or not 1 million XP an hour. And then, what are you doing? There we go. And then total XP again, 1.2. And it really ranges, just depends on how fast we can kill the mobs. We've got another clan member joining us. Anyway, catch you in the next video. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you're doing well this morning. This is a new day for me. But it is not new for you. So basically took a little bit of break from ED3 runs. I don't remember exactly where we were yesterday. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. But just to recap, we got 4 skills. Is it 4 skills now? Just give me a second. Is it 4? Yep, 4 skills above 70. I was advised by my clan mates that I should probably get my crafting up, my smithing up, and I think divination for inventions. Smithing, crafting, divination. Yeah. Anyway, so what I've been doing here is I've just been breaking up, trying to find something that makes money as well as levels up my crafting, essentially. So I started by making urns, but that was awfully slow. Incredibly slow. And then I said, okay, screw it. I am going to simply do it. Oh my god, where am I going? All right, here. Going to do it via gems. And that was going to cost me an absolute fortune, which isn't a big deal because when you actually start considering it, the amount of time it would take me to make up the money lost by the time that I gain getting to the level that I need to get to would actually be very, very minor. The problem is, though, is that it still costs money to end up going through it that way, right? So what I'm trying to do in the meantime is just get myself to like a decent level where I can actually start doing stuff and make a little bit of money in the process. It seems like to get to level 80, I think, via gems would cost me approximately 13 million or 14 million GP, according to a calculator that I ran. And so I'm just trying to see if instead of that I can make some money. So you can see my session so far today, I've actually lost a bit of money. But I'm currently averaging about 700 GP, 700k GP per hour. This room metrics thing, I don't really like it. I just think it's kind of... Long story short, I don't think it's worth the money. It cost me a bond. I paid it real world currency, and I have it for... It's either a month or 14 days. I can't remember, to be honest, but it doesn't really matter. But it tells you kind of all the stats that you're working on and your levels and everything like that. So you can see, averaging 85 to 90k XP in crafting, which I think for my level's fairly good. When you compare it to cutting diamonds and all these types of things, it's nowhere close to being great. But at least it is something, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing there. I'm going to do an hour of this. I should, in an hour, be able to get all 768 of these done, at least according to the wiki. Now, the wiki did talk about a quest that makes it faster to do this, so it might take me a little longer, but neither here nor there. I should get a few levels from it. At the very least, I'm getting 1,000 XP per run. So, yeah, we'll just keep it going. Alrighty, catch you in the next clip. Alright, everybody, it's a brand new day. It's going to be an exciting one. So to give you a little bit of an idea, yesterday, and so it is currently Tuesday. Wow, the days are flying by really fast. Anyway, it's currently Tuesday. And what I did yesterday is I had just basically worked on a little bit of crafting. I got thieving up to 70. I don't know if I put that in the last clip or not, but thieving's up to 70. Absolutely fantastic. And crafting is nearly at 70. It's just very, very expensive. But really, the kind of the story of the day that I want to show you is that day, while I'm doing a little bit of ED3 Trash Mob Runs, is I was sitting at about 8 o'clock last night playing, and a member of my clan just so happened to want to jump on voice chat, which that's cool. I don't mind chatting and gaming at the exact same time. I think it's pretty fun, actually. And long story short, he was an Iron Man account, just kind of doing his own little thing. And I was talking about how I don't really like training agility, and he mentioned to me, okay, how about we... do you want to go get 20k XP for free? It takes, all of 10-15 minutes. And I figured, hey, why not? Anyway, long story short, we went and did some wilderness tasks, which I'm sure many of you are familiar of. Anyway, we went on this probably about 2-hour journey where we tried to do the Leviathan, the boss in Shadow Reef. I got absolutely decimated, and because I died, I didn't get credited for his kill. Which is kind of sad, but that's okay. It's just the name of the game. And we did a whole bunch of things. Anyway, he logged into his main account. Obviously, none of this was done on his Iron Man account. I don't think I can play with Iron Man, from what I understand. But he ended up giving me 40 million GP, which, I mean, is absolutely incredible. So for players that aren't playing in a clan, I highly recommend it. Now, obviously, it's nice that he gave me 40 million GP, but the truth of it is that even if he would just come and chatted with me and skilled with me and did a bunch of little activities, he showed me a divination mini game, so I did that, and I ended up getting 28 divination just from that. He showed me a way to get some pretty passive farming experience. Anyway, so just really like an all-around great guy from Sweden, so that was pretty cool. And but anyway, what that 40 million GP really allowed me to do is, and we'll see, is I think that I have enough money to buy nearly full Virtus gear. Now, what's that going to allow me to do is really going to be able to come in here and do a significant amount of trash mob runs, which are very, very, very profitable. My average run is something like, I don't know, 150 to 200 GP, and you can do several of those in an hour. And so, really, goal is just going to be to, and I mean, by myself, I'm getting 200k XP per skill, which is again huge, right? Phenomenally big money and phenomenally big experience. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of tell you about that the amount of players that are just unrealistically kind. So my goal is to pay it forward and kind of go about it right. And obviously I want to grow this channel, and I'm doing that through trying to do giveaways and trying to introduce people to everything. But just know that that kindness really does pay off. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a fight here. Okay. Give me a second. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, I was super excited that we managed to go and try a boss kill. I'd done mini bosses, but never anything crazy. And so that was incredibly exciting for me. Probably boring for a lot of people, but exciting for me. So yeah, so my goal today is I'm actually not just going to be playing RuneScape today. But anyway, my goal today on RuneScape is really to get that gear upgraded. I got every piece of Virtus except for the chest piece, just because that cost an absolute fortune. And I think it would be better off upgrading everything else. That should increase my tankability in here, as I'm also going to have more health, which is good. I've been playing with the idea. I'm not overly concerned about how much food that I end up eating while in here, because these pieces I think are like 700 GP each, and assuming that I can do a run, getting 100k. Well, see, I always forget these bones, not the bones rather, but the prayer points. I'm trying to figure out if I go and kill these two people. I can kill them. It's not easy by any means, but I can. So I'm trying to figure out if I actually do this or if I simply wait out and just keep doing runs over and over again up to that point, because everything up to this point so far is fairly straightforward and easy. So for anybody that knows, let me know. And I've been doing a lot of ED3 runs, and I keep asking, but don't be shy to put in the comments below what you think that I should be working on. At the end of the day, these guys are hitting a little heavier than normal. It's probably because I have a ton of mobs around me. Okay, so out of food. Let us run away. Let's get out of here. Let me know what you think I should be working on, skilling on, leveling up to. Again, I was chatting with my clan member yesterday, and he has over 200 days in game, which I think is crazy in the best of ways, right? But just absolutely insane. Here, let's bank this. Let's collect. Okay, so far I've got mask and this. Here, let's collect these. Virtus boots. Oh, whoops. Virtus boots. Virtus helmet. And I think that's something else just collected. Yep. Oops. Okay. There we go. Virtus gloves. Let's keybind this to keybind 1. Alright, let's see what type of difference this makes. I'm not expecting it to be drastic or overly dramatic, but I am suspecting that hits will be harder. XP rates will probably be a little bit higher than what we normally would anticipate. By the way, the real way to run this isn't solo. If you're going to do ED3, even for gold farming, let's see. Last time I checked, it was at 900k, so that 200k. Pretty darn good. Okay, let's reset that, and I'll just do one run and see what the loot looks like. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. I'll do the first couple mobs with you guys here, and then I'll go and just show you the end once I've done the run. And I'll only do it, I won't kill the cloaked zealots. I'll only do it up to those 6 mobs beforehand. These little Creation scuttlers, they hit super hard. Okay. So I'm not seeing any crazy differences at the moment, but things will get better with time, I'm sure. One thing that I do know is that these have charges. I don't know how the charges necessarily work. I do know it costs 3.8 million to repair gear. My assumption is that I can wear these and make more than that just as time goes. Okay, so that was pretty darn easy. Quite a bit of food required, but I think it's just because they had some special attacks that they landed on me, which is good. Okay, let's do this. Click on my prayers here. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'll catch you once I've done the run. Alrighty, so just running to this chest here. So we did one single run. This might not be that great. Wow. Okay, so in that one single run, we made 1.1 mil. Now these common ones, I'm going to keep until my invention is a higher level. But these two here, the reef relics, the uncommon and the rares, you just end up high alking them. And then as it pertains to the cash, typically the cash, you're able to get as much cash and usually more than what you've actually eaten. Now these runs, again, like I mentioned, the GP per hour is typically higher running through this with other people, from what I've experienced anyway, as well as the experience is significantly higher. Now you can still see, though, 230,000 combat experience an hour is nothing to shy away from, and nothing to be embarrassed about if we want to use that. Really, it works out to be very good. My goal that I want to do again is to get everything to 70 from the get-go. The reason why I'm focusing so heavily on combat is, like I mentioned in other videos, is that a lot of RuneScape, at least from what I remember and what I've seen thus far, is very combat intensive. A lot of the areas that would be useful to go to train, for example, has some fairly high level mobs and mobs, essentially, that you just don't want to get wrecked. Now, I'm sure you can go ahead and try to play like a bot where you don't do anything except for the one skill that you're trying to make money on. But the way I look at it is combat's going to be useful. The faster and faster we level combat up, the more and more money we can make, even if it's just from the elite dungeons. Really, I mean that's more than possible to make some serious coin just from this one single dungeon alone, and then doing bosses, which we know are the highest money earners. I mean, you think of that, the amount of money that you can make just through combat skills is incredible. Anyway, so I'm going to keep doing these runs. I'm currently downloading another game that I'm going to do a small little let's play with. and then I will upload those videos. You'll probably see those videos before you see this one come out, just because of the fact that because RuneScape is very grindy in nature. What I don't want to do is I don't want to spend a ton of time. Oh, I think I just heard my last piece of the armor I had queued on the G just bought. Anyway, I don't want to spend an hour where all we're doing is just doing ED3 runs, which, typically speaking, I'm not even talking in, right? So, anyway, crap. I didn't mean to pull them all. It's very unfortunate. Okay. Anyway, so we'll catch you in a bit. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This has probably been 2 or 3 days since the last clip. It's not that I haven't played. I just, with the break, my wife has been rearranging rooms, and just the sound wouldn't be so great to record videos. But I haven't been idle. So just to recap some stats, I've got my attack, and I believe these started at 70 the other day from the last clip, up to 77 attack and strength, and 90 defense. And so for the purpose of running melee ED3 solo runs, I've got full Elder Rune armor, which isn't the best. I do prefer bandos in terms of actually DPSing, which for most tasks would be more than adequate. But when it comes to running ED3, you really need to be able to stay in the fight a little bit longer, right? So that's what we've got there. We haven't upgraded the Amulet of Glory or the Warrior Ring, but I do intend to do that sometime soon. I'm probably gonna. I've got a Charming Imp. I'll talk about that in a second, and a Bone Crusher now. So I think I'm gonna get one of the amulets that gives you prayer points as you bury bones. I think that would be really helpful, because in my setup I always carry 3 prayer potions on me, usually 2 or 3 charges of them, and you can see I run through usually a potion and a half every run, so it ends up being quite the the process. I think I am going to upgrade my food to something that gives me a little bit more food. These beltfish are really good, and there's nothing wrong with them, but I go through a whole inventory, and I don't even get through a full run, so I'm hoping if I get better quality food, spend a little bit more money, that at least I will be able to survive a little bit longer, and thus getting more XP. More XP you get, the higher stats go, and the higher stats go, the easier it is, meaning the less food you actually use, right? And you get there faster. So that's what I've really been working on, as well as I've been doing a little bit of skilling here and there. And actually, while I'm just recording this and chatting, I'm going to run over to Varrock, the GE, and I'm going to give all my Christmas cracker paper to the little event there. I have been working on farming and summoning. Why farming? Honestly, just a member of the clan had mentioned that there are beehives, and you go get woad leaves. You buy them for, I think, 25 GP each or something along those lines. You load them up into beehives. You leave them for 24 hours. They decompose, I guess. And eventually you end up getting honey. And the XP rates on that is something like 150 to 200K an hour. I might be a little overestimating that, but it doesn't really matter. It takes 10 minutes a day and grants... I wish I could see give me a second. Let's try to add farming. Yeah, so I got 15K farming XP for, maybe 5 minutes of work. Maybe, right? So that's how that goes. So you can see I've been selling some of my pouches here. Some of the gear I've got. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to do the Christmas paper cracker event. Just going to deposit all of this stuff here. Anyway, so that's the idea. With summoning, my goal is to be able to get the pet that paper. Oh no, it's in my currency pouch now. That's right. Anyway, my goal is to get my summoning up so I can be able to use some familiars, I guess, or some pets that allow you to hold more food. So, whoa, 16,000. What are we talking about? There's no way. I didn't even realize I could teleport right here. This would be a faster teleport than... Can I do this? Can I add more? Okay, anyway. I believe it's 52 or 53 summoning required to be able to have a pet that can carry 12 extra inventory spaces. Now, when you're talking about food and you're talking about runs and you're talking about GP per hour, you can get tons and tons and tons of money. So that's phenomenal. One thing I do want to show you guys as well, not the banker, my messy bank. I will clean that up eventually, I promise. Let's see my sales history here. I just want to show you. Okay, so I was killing Aberral Spectres, I believe it is, in second floor Slayer Dungeon on the east side. Level 78 people. And I had a task for, I think, 150 of them. And I just want to calculate the profit that I made just from killing those, because this is all them. 7230, 7668. I'm just adding this up here on the calculator. 7720, 9480, 27300. Plus 452 728 804 15 400 64016 39520. I'm at 750k so far. Yeah, and it would have been the Renara that the last one for that, and maybe these two as well, but I mean, very insignificant profit at the grand scheme of things. But anyway, long story short, like 750k, and I think when I was looking at my GP an hour tracker down here, we were talking about something like 2.5 mil GP an hour, and that did not require any special stats. Nothing crazy, significantly easier than ED3 runs. Basically, no food was required at all, and so I think that would be a viable moneymaker. That is very, very worthwhile in doing so. Highly recommend anybody that's looking for a solid money-making activity to check that out. Anyway, so I just wanted to give a little bit of a longer update to show you exactly what I've been working on over the last little bit. Some cool things. My construction's 55. I haven't done a single construction task at all. This is just from this Christmas paper event. I don't know what Jagex was thinking when they did this, but I mean, the amount of XP that you're getting from this is like beyond ridiculous. They have a 75% off stars, I believe. I forget the type of star, but the one that gives bonus XP, so I gave it all to summoning, and I went from 30 summoning to 41 in about 10 minutes this morning. Not even. Just with all the charms I've been farming. Oh, yes. The Summoning Imp. Okay, so I was doing some ED3 runs the other day with a clanmate of mine, and he recommended that I get a Bone Crusher, which I ultimately ended up getting. And if you've noticed, I went from, I believe, about 34 prayer that I had gotten just manually bearing bones and such to 48, and I haven't buried a bone since, or at least I manually haven't buried a bone. That's all just basically because of this Bone Crusher. So that was probably the best investment that I ever did. It cost, I think, 32 or 34,000 Dungeoneering tokens, which is easy to get when you're doing Shadow Reef runs. And long story short, I was going, okay, well, what skill will actually allow me to be able to be more efficient as a high-level player, right? Like, what will allow me to do skills better? What will allow me to kill monsters better? What will allow me to do all this type of stuff better? And lo and behold, everybody said summoning, right? So I said, okay, I need charms, and so I started to go farm charms, and it just took absolutely forever. But we were able to do it anyway, and it worked out. Worked out very, very well, and I ended up, I think, farming something like 300 gold farms, the lowest level tier, which got me up to my level 30, I think it was, summoning, which is fine. However, of course, you need more. So clan member again said Charming Imp's the way to go. So I had to go farm another 100k Dungeoneering tokens again, which is why my magic's high, because I basically did all those runs with them, and we'll get it from there. Anyway, so that's that. In terms of skills, getting closer to 70. Other skills, I'm not necessarily working on any specific skill right to 70 from the moment. Summoning is the one that I want to do right now because I think it will have the best bang for buck and benefit. But of course, as you know, things come up, you sometimes need quests, sometimes quests need skills. So my goal is to get everything to 70, but it's going to take a little bit of time, especially with this invention, right? So that one I'm going to have to tackle eventually and go from there. So anyway, I say a quick update, but this is 10 minutes, and I think I've already filmed 10 or 15 minutes of content. So this one might be a little bit longer. So thank you, and I'll give you guys another update tomorrow. I believe it's Thursday my time. Tomorrow's New Year, so I might not get as much playtime as I otherwise would. But as always, I'll release this Saturday, and you'll get to see the update. So looking forward to it. Cheers. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is going to be the end clip of the episode. We are now Saturday morning. I'm just recording the outro and the intro here. So we've done a ton this week so far, and have gotten we've progressed quite a bit, and I'm quite proud of the progress that we've made. So to kind of give you an idea, this week, and I apologize as you watch this that there wasn't more content. It was very focused around ED3. But we have gotten quite a bit done. My wife has been rearranging the house, and so it's not really conducive to recording videos, as I mentioned earlier. But just to give you a little bit of rundown, we've upped our combat stats. We're now 82 and 80. We're 82 attack and strength, 92 defense. I don't know if our range increased. I don't think so. We've just been doing a lot of celebration lamps, and so all of our stats are just increasing. Like I think I've mined maybe 10 things in this entire game, and I'm 27 mining, right? But anyway, we did, from the last clip to now, go and buy a bunch of dragon bones. Went into the Chaos Altar and the Wildy, and we did increase our prayer quite a bit to 62 because I wanted to get chivalry, because it basically allows me to use all of these 3 stats here essentially in one lovely stat. The problem with this is you needed quests, so I went and actually did a whole ton of quests. So to give you an idea here, I now have 42 quest points. I think the last episode, I think I might have only had 10, so I have done quite a bit of quests, mainly to really keep the game interesting and keep things opening up and going. We've got 89 magic. I think it was at 88 probably the last time. We did construction, but that's the cracker paper, and actually let's go do that right now. Oh, can I not teleport anymore? Oh yeah, I think I can. Anyway, I'll do that while we're finishing this up. Anyway, then what we've done is give me a second. We did get our 70 thieving, but I do believe I mentioned that in the last episode. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. And there we go. We got another level, most likely, 57. Okay. We did some crafting. I don't believe we did crafting since the last episode, but we did get that up. Slayer, a little bit of Slayer because we were collecting charms. Now that I did some Hunter yesterday for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and got our stats up to 30, and I think we were at 21. Now, the biggest 2 stats that we've been working on outside of combat stats at the moment have really been our invention, our divination, and summoning. And I don't know why I want to call it invention rather than invention, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. we are working heavy on these two stats, and the main reason why is summoning. I'm doing it primarily because of getting familiars, and again, primarily for ED3 runs, so that I can have a beast of burden or something along those lines to help me bring things, and to work towards unlocking invention to really just have this last skill, because again, we want to get 70 in all the skills. And so far we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills at 70, and probably this next week we're going to surpass a few of them. Dungeoneering will probably be there next week. Maybe Slayer, maybe crafting. Some of these cost quite a bit. I am going to make a guide on how to make money, because, I've been able to buy, not that Elder Rune armor is very expensive, and we only did it just to be able to do ED3 trash mob runs. But let's look at the bank here really quick. My bank's an absolute mess, though, so don't judge me, okay? We've got full subjugation, which is like 12 mil, Staphylite, we've got full bandos, got full Virtus. Now, the Virtus robe's a clan member. I was just doing questing with him. I believe I mentioned in the last clip, and he gave me 40 mil. So I went and bought Virtus armor, which should last me. Like, that should be near end game. High level, at least. Magic armor, which is great. So yeah, anyway, so I'm just basically going good. I am going to reorganize my bank, because that's just absolutely atrocious and disgusting. But we made a ton of progress this week with the Christmas vacation, stuff like that. I obviously had a little bit more time to work on the game than I otherwise would. I probably gotten in several hours a day versus maybe an hour a day. Right, than I would in the normal week. So anyway, I just want to fill you guys in there. So thank you very much for watching. I really would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really does help. By the end of this video, we are up to 13 subscribers, which is phenomenal. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm looking forward to making more of these videos.